Good morning, ambitious business owners. It is day 4 of the Kickstart 2019 challenge. I'm loving all the interaction and messages from you guys, and I hope it's really useful. As I say every day, don't worry if you haven't completed day 1 or you're only just jumping in the challenge today on day 4. Doesn't matter. I'm simply giving you 5 tasks that, when combined, can make a really big difference in your business. Some of you may have done one of them already. Some of them you may have sort of done in part or thought about, but each of them collectively will be really useful. And as I said at the beginning, I've implemented each of these things, and in their own little way, they've all really supported me. Hello, Jürgen. This one's really appropriate for you, actually, and you'll smile at this one. Okay, so day 4's challenge. Now, this is all about, and it's a dirty word to a lot of you, but numbers, money, financials. This is something I come across a lot with my clients, especially with startups or micro businesses. It may be just you're working from home, you might be a mom, it might be a side gig, but numbers are overlooked. They're not taken seriously, they're not seen as crucial to your business, and it may be just something that it's all too difficult, you don't really understand it, and as long as there's some money coming in and you've paid a few bills, no, I don't think so either, Jürgen, but I know lots of people do, and as long as you're paying the bills, then it's all okay. Now, I come across different reasons why people avoid taking their numbers seriously. Sometimes it's because they really don't understand it, they're very nervous of it, they don't even know what a profit and loss is, let alone how to account for their expenses and sales and things. Another reason is perhaps they don't have to. There isn't a pressure on them because maybe they've got a little fund of money from a previous job. Maybe they've got a part-time job. Hi, Linda. Maybe they've got a part-time job that's helping them to fund it. Maybe they think, okay, I've got a credit card, I can get a loan, or partners supporting them. And so there isn't really that pressure to focus on their numbers. They just think, I just want to get going and this is really exciting and, I'm making some money, and they think they're making money. And in a lot of cases, they're not, because they haven't accounted for all their expenses. And it shocks me sometimes what appear to be very successful businesses turning over a lot of money, but actually aren't making any profit. Now, I'll caveat this now, I'm not an accountant, I'm not financially trained, but I've made it my mission to make sure I understand my numbers enough to be able to manage my accounting. Yes, I have an accountant who does my tax return, but I do all my own accounts and reconciling myself. Now, my challenge to you guys now is, if you don't have accounting software, that's okay. It's not the be all and end all. I didn't have accounting software till about a year in. When it got to the point that it was taking me longer to do my BAS return. Now, if you're GST registered, you'll have to do that. And for the UK listeners, that's VAT. And that, again, is something I urge people to do from the beginning. There's no disadvantage to registering for GST or VAT. I won't go into it in detail. Speak to an accountant if you want to be certain, but I registered straight away. It doesn't matter if you haven't met the threshold or not, you can still register. It saves you a lot of bother further down the line when you've got to adjust pricing and things. So if you haven't got an accounting software, that's fine. I didn't. I started with Excel spreadsheets, and I had just an old-fashioned accounting book. And I recorded everything and was very diligent. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Very diligent in recording everything. I had a drawer for receipts and a drawer for invoices and that sort of thing. So if you're disciplined to do that, then that's great. Otherwise, when I was able to afford accounting software, oh my goodness, transformed my business. It takes me moments to do my accounts now. But the biggest advantage is the visibility of my numbers. I can instantly see where my business is at. I've got a profit and loss. I can look at my cash flow. All of this is so, so important in your business. And if 2019 is the year that you want to get serious about your business and you want it to grow, you can't unless you understand your numbers. Trust me, you just can't. I've known businesses that are turning over 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 a year and think they're doing well, and they were actually making 20,000 profit. Frightening, because all they were doing is money was coming in and money was going out, and they thought it was okay. There's actually no profit in it. There's no point running a business if you can't draw a wage or take any money from it. So my challenge is accounts, numbers, financials. If you're in a position where you're not recording everything, and people tell me, oh, I'm an online business, I haven't really got any overheads and expenses. Yes, you have. Guarantee you've got a website, or you've got, so therefore you've got web hosting. You've probably got some stationery or printing. You've probably had a logo done. There are lots of expenses, hidden expenses that you don't get a receipt for, or maybe you pay for once a year, like a subscription, and then you forget about it. If you've got a paid MailChimp account or anything, there are so many expenses that you won't realise, but you will realise if you get on top of your numbers. So if you haven't already, I want you to look at all your expenses and write them all down. Put them in a spreadsheet if you don't have accounting software, and list them all in an Excel spreadsheet. And every time you pay out for something and it's not on that spreadsheet, add it. And then you'll see what your recurring monthly expenses are, what your annual expenses are, or your one-off expenses. Track everything. Keep all your receipts. I have box files and I keep copies of them all by financial year. It's nothing flash. If you want to go as far as getting accounting software, I would urge you to, as soon in your business as you can. There's lots of very low cost, some free accounting software out there. Again, I'm not affiliated to any of them. I use Xero because it works for me. I've got people on payroll, so it helps me to manage all super payments and stuff. But there's QuickBooks, there's Reckon, there's MyOb, there's lots of different systems out there. And finding an accountant that can help you set it up could be money well spent. So 2019, I want your finances in order, because unless you've got that, you can't grow, you can't scale, you won't have a handle on your business, and very quickly it can get out of hand as you do start to grow. And if you then register for GST, it can help you manage that. Lots of time saved, and time saved means more money spent, more time spent on your business and doing the things that you love doing and making sales and generating leads and helping customers and clients. Okay, so love your feedback. This challenge, you can feedback to me and say, yes, I've started a spreadsheet, or I've got my receipts and invoices in order, or I've gone to find an accountant, or I've set up accounting software. I'd love to hear where you're at now. If you haven't done this, I'd love to know why and what held you back. If anyone recommends for an accountant, I love my accountant. Again, no gain from me recommending him. He's local to me in Manly. Otherwise, get your numbers in order. Thanks, guys, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Day 5 is the final day. I've got the final challenge for you, and then I'll recap on where we're at, and I'm going to be following up on a few things as well. I've posted a few things in the group that people have asked me for and asked me to share. One on the boundary setting, one on CRM systems. So again, if you've got any questions and you're catching up and you didn't start on day 1, please just post in the group, tag me, and I'll help you as much as I can to achieve each of these 5 tasks. Okay, guys, have a great day. That was a slightly longer one, but I'm very passionate about financials, if you haven't guessed. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.